Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be doing my 2019 Canadian election prediction. Now this is going to be quite complicated as I do not have full knowledge of all the individual House districts in Canada, but we're going to try to do our best to look and see what the map is going to look like and probably try to predict a winner here. So right now, looking at this map, not the map of the data from 2015, you can tell that in Canada, they go by seats. I believe it's like the House of Representatives. The percentage of seats are not necessarily indicative of the full and total popular vote. It is not fully a proportional representation system. It is a single-member district system up in Canada. So from what you can see here, Trudeau won last time. He was able to win 184 to 99 in terms of seats. And we'll look at the polling data here and potentially the odds on predict it and see what the predictions are, but based on by province here. Looking at the map in the 2015 election, we can fill this out here. Trudeau did very well winning all of these regions. Here he won Ontario. He won, I believe, every single province except for Alberta and Saskatchewan went his way. It's not going to happen this time. I'll tell you what I believe is going to happen here. I believe that Conservatives' Andrew Scheer is going to gain enough seats to flip the Manitoba. I think he'll flip back the Northwest Territories. Yukon could flip. I think that's going to flip, and potentially Nunavut. I'll probably leave Nunavut. He did win it. They did win it in 2011. I don't believe they're going to win it this time around. It's a very just kind of a native type thing. That might actually go to the NDP or the Green Party, if anything, as well. Don't discount them, but they're not really running the strongest candidate this time around. But I think that they're going to take enough votes away from Ontario. Again, you have the black vote as a factor in Ontario and Quebec more so than you have it in the rest. And you have Justin Trudeau wearing blackface. I don't think that's going to energize black voters in Canada. I don't think they're really going to care about the Obama endorsement that much, and as a result, I do think that the Conservative Party, they might not all go for the Conservative Party, but I think they're going to go towards the NDP and the Greens. And there's a lot of minorities in Canada, specifically in the western part of the country, that do actually vote for Conservative. The whole city area, which is very diverse in places like Winnipeg, in Manitoba, I believe in Alberta, in places like Edmonton, Calgary, that are much more conservative in the city center than much of the American cities here in America. As for Ontario, I think that'll flip. I think the rest of them will stay the way they are. Potentially, actually, British Columbia could flip, maybe. I think we're going to go with this, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be enough. And you can look at the polls here. Conservatives are going to have to probably win the popular vote by 4 or 5 points nationwide in order to gain enough seats to flip back the parliament so they can actually take control. And you can see this here. The Liberal Party is expected to do, I guess you would say, a little better, but polling data isn't everything. There's a bunch of polls about a week ago that had Conservatives up, and we'll really see what happens on election day. A lot of people I've been talking to from Canada have been saying they're convinced that Scheer is going to win. Some people are afraid Trudeau is actually going to pull it off. So we'll really have to see what happens, but on Predict It, I'm looking at the election here, the Canada election, most people do believe Trudeau is going to pull it off. Now, they don't necessarily believe that he has the biggest shot he had about 2 weeks, I guess you would say, a few days ago today. But looking at the 30-day total, it does look like he was a little bit higher, maybe roughly about the same. So we'll have to see what happens. But when it comes down to it, I think Andrew Scheer is going to go neck and neck with Trudeau. Maybe he doesn't win British Columbia. Maybe he doesn't flip Northwest or Yukon, but it's very early to see. I just believe these seats will flip back just because of the third-party vote splitting and the fact that Trudeau is very, very unpopular. I really can't see him overperforming his abysmal approval rating too much in Canada. I don't really claim to be an expert on Canadian politics, but we'll have to see what happens when it goes down. But this is the look for the Canadian election. If I have to predict it, I think that maybe by 1 or 2 seats, I think that the Conservatives, I do think that Andrew Scheer will win very, very narrowly. I don't think that any third party has a chance. If you're in Canada and you're thinking about voting for Maxime Bernier just because he's a populist, well, he really has no shot to win. And a vote for him potentially could be a vote for Trudeau. So keep that in mind. The PPC is kind of going to play spoiler, but You see the same thing on the other side with the NDP and the Greens. So we'll really have to see what happens when it's all said and done. But when it comes down to it, the polls are roughly even. I do think that the Conservatives will outperform the polls a little bit. You'll see a Trump thing, a Brexit factor a little bit, especially with the unpopularity of Justin Trudeau in the country of Canada. So we'll see what happens, guys. But anyways, thanks for watching this prediction. I'm not the most well-versed person in Canadian politics, but quite a lot of people have expected me to do this and have requested this prediction anyways. So I did it, and I'll do another video in a couple days. I'll hopefully go live for the Canadian election on Monday. So thanks everybody for watching. Please like this video, please comment down below, and please hit that big red subscribe button so you never miss another video. Thanks everybody for watching. Donate to the Patreon. Follow me on social media, links in description. Thanks everyone for watching. Red Eagle, out.